All right, so how's it going, guys? Welcome to 2023, our first live stream of 2023. I know people have to get in here. Usually we don't go live on Mondays, but I got the day off work, so I thought I would go live today instead of tomorrow. And if we're supposed to get an ice storm tomorrow, so I might not go in tomorrow. And if I don't, then I'll go live tomorrow as well. Otherwise, if I work tomorrow, then I won't. But right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $16,711. I made a video on it earlier today, maybe an hour or two ago on TikTok, talking about the price levels that we had to watch out for on Bitcoin. But basically, right now, Bitcoin is at $16,700, and your support is at $16,550. If you don't hold that, your next major stop I saw would be $15,650. If you do hold that to the upside, you're looking at the next upside target, which we had used as a strong support a few months back, was $17,570. Now this would be, since it was strong support and we went below it, now I'm looking for that to be ridiculously strong resistance at 17,560 if we do get back up there. Let me start on the daily chart and work our way down, and then we'll go look at Bookmap and see where the liquidity is at on Bitcoin, and then we'll go from there. So obviously you can see right now on the daily chart, the RSI is trying to get the move back to the upside. So based on the daily chart, we are bullish. I do like what I'm seeing there. You made a higher low. The last time you oversold, you are right here. So to me, the daily chart is pretty bullish right now on Bitcoin, according to the stock RSI. Now looking at the 4-hour chart, it got overbought here at 16,670, and now you overbought at a higher price. So 4-hour chart to me is still bullish. Now what you do want to see is you want to see a higher low above $16,500. If you lose 16,500 on the next retracement, then this would be a fake out, and I would look for us to go even lower below the support and probably back down to $15,650. But as long as you make a higher low, next time you have a correction above 16,500, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. So 4-hour chart right now is trying to be bullish, but I do need to see a higher low for confirmation that the 4-hour chart is getting a reversal back to the upside. Looking at the 1-hour chart on Bitcoin right now, the 1-hour chart looks like the 1-hour chart made a higher high than the previous one. Now, like I said, you still need to see you have to stay above 16,500 in my humble opinion. What I do like to see right now is on the 1-hour chart. This is the first time in a long time you've been above the 200-day moving average on the 1-hour chart for a while, for several candles. So 1-hour chart is bullish. Now, the 200-day moving average for right now is at $16,700, we'll say. $16,667. So technically, even if you lose that, to me, that's not good. But what I like to see is that you're right at the 200-day moving average, hopefully trying to use that as support on the 1-hour chart, and the RSI on the 1-hour chart is about to get the bounce. So as long as that happens, you're good. But in my opinion, Bitcoin cannot go much lower than $16,667 on the 1-hour chart to remain bullish on that small time frame. So end of the story. Worst case scenario is you go back to $16,550. If you lose that level, to me, you're not bullish anymore on Bitcoin. So that's the price the bulls have to stay above to remain bullish short term is $16,553 if you want to be exact. Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now. Let me go over to where we have Bookmap open right now. This is where we're at 16.7 right now. You can see that here. There's a few sell orders up here at 19,000, but there's a lot more buys down here. There's a lot at 16.5 where you have that support that I just talked about. You have a lot at 15,000, some at 15.5 where I talked about that other support to the downside. You have a ton at 14,000. If I keep zooming out, you have quite a bit at 12.5 as well. So I'm still looking for more downside action, and you have a lot at 10,000 as well. So there's a lot more liquidity. As you can see, there's a lot more buy orders lower than there are sell orders higher, meaning the liquidity is lower, and it's very likely that you hit a lot of these targets. And I've said for a while now, ever since you lost 20K, that an 85% correction from Bitcoin's all-time high would be 10,300. So I still think that's very much in the cards, and Bookmap would be agreeing with me on the macro timeframes, like the daily and weekly timeframes. So that's what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. Now I'll take some altcoin requests. If there's any altcoin requests, I'll look at them. How's it going, Kelsey? Happy New Year to you as well. Gala and XYO. So those are two requests. Gala, I did a video the other day on XYO. I think you saw it. But So let me go, and daily chart for Gala looks awful in a straight downtrend. I'm gonna might zoom in a little bit. Um, yeah, so this is kind of what I don't want to see. This is extremely, extremely bearish. Also tells me there's probably not a lot of liquidity as much as there was in the bull market, which is obvious, and that's the case for almost every crypto. But the fact you get so overbought with such a little green candle is extremely bearish. That's just telling you the trend is confirming it will continue lower. That's a lower high and a lower low. So to me, daily chart looks very bad on Gala. 4-hour chart is pinned. You did have an okay bounce on that, but the last time Gala was overbought was at 1.8, 1.9 cents. So if Gala does not hit 1.8 cents at least, we'll say 1.9 cents, then you're bearish. I guess it did hit. So maybe that's going to be a double top right now. But you've been pinned for a while. So I would say if Gala reaches 1.9 cents, then that would be bullish. But for right now, Gala is still well below the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. I believe it has to be on the daily chart as well. Yeah, it's not even close. And the 1-hour chart, it's above the 200-day moving average, so that is a good sign. If you want to remain bullish on the 1-hour chart, you have to stay above 1. Where was the last time you were completely oversold? You were basically at 1.6. I would say this: if you don't hold 1.7 cents on Gala, you can't remain bullish on the small timers. 1-hour chart does look good to me, but the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart's iffy, and the daily chart looks bad too. So I would look for a move, and the daily chart looks bad too. So yeah, Gala does not look good to me right now. Let's go look at XYO. XYO right now. So daily chart, 200. It's well below the 200-day moving average on the daily chart. The RSI is at 33, so the RSI on the daily chart is in an okay position. 4-hour chart is completely overbought, so definitely not a good time to get in. But you get a nice move up actually on the 4-hour chart. You made a higher high. That's what I like to see. So the trend in these altcoins seem right now to be up. Maybe trying to get a bear market rally. We'll see. 1-hour chart is going to make a higher low here. It looks like on XYO. So XYO looks better than Gala. I'm going to zoom into the 15-minute chart on this one. You got a falling wedge on XYO right here. Breaking to the upside. Measured move would be, if I can do this correctly, top to the bottom. You're looking at 4 cents or 0.004 is a measured move for that falling wedge based on the 15-minute chart for XYO. You're getting overbought on the 15-minute chart, and it doesn't look like, unless this 15-minute chart gets overbought and pinned, it doesn't look like you're going to break that that previous high. We'll see. It isn't a falling wedge, so anything can happen. But that's kind of what that is the measured move, would be that 4 level for double top probably. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. To me, XYO looks better than Gala, but still pretty risky. But that's why you DCA, right? So that was XYO. That was Gala. I'm going to look at Jasmine really quick. Jasmine, I made a video on this earlier today. I want to look at this again. XYO right now, or oh my God, I can't keep these straight. Jasmine right now, I thought this was in a bear flag and going to fall to the downside. Kind of did for a while, but now it's getting a rally up. Let me zoom in. Daily chart is getting overbought. Not pinned yet, but it is overbought. So be careful. Jasmine right now is starting to fall to the downside. But it could be flagging out, right? Let's look at the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, that does look like it might be trying to flag out on the 1-hour chart, not getting much of a dump. And it looks like probably, it's not confirmed yet by any means, but the RSI is at, 20? So it looks like it's going to make a higher low. It's well below, on the 1-hour chart, the 200-day moving average. And like I said, you have resistance at 36. You're below it right now, so now you could say it's resistance. If you can get above that 36 level, the next stop would be 434. That'd be a nice move to the upside. If you can't stay above that, if you can't get back above that 3.6 resistance, next stop would be 3.1 or 0.00301. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. It does look like it might be flagging out, kind of like XYO. So to me, that's bullish and a good sign on the 1-hour chart. So We'll see what happens. Jasmine looks like it wants to continue higher, but obviously you have to get back above 3.6 to remain bullish because that is resistance right now. And as of right now, you're not above it, but you are flagging out, so I do like your chances of getting back above it. And I also like the fact you're well above the 200-day moving average. It also looks like you're going to make a higher low. So to me right now, Jasmine does look like it's trying to make a move back to the upside above this resistance right here. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So Jasmine looks good too right now. All right, appreciate the likes, comments, shares, and everything else. Someone wants me to look at Quant. Could you look at D-Race, please? D-E-R-C. Is that on... Okay, let me just... How often do you come live? I try to go live twice a week on Saturdays and Tuesdays, but I didn't work today, so I'm going live today. And based on the weather, if I don't work tomorrow, I'll come live again. If I work tomorrow, then it'll make up for tomorrow's live stream. But I try to go live twice a week. I always go live on Saturdays. And if I don't go live, I'll let you guys know in my Telegram group. We do have a Telegram group. Feel free to join that. Thoughts on Fetchy IA and Illuvium, long-term price predictions. I can't give you predictions on that because I have no idea, and I don't know what the ticker is. But yeah, so we'll look at Quant. So let's look at Quant. That was the next request. And then there was another request. I'll have to go back and look at that. But Quant was the first one I saw. So Quant right now on the daily chart. Quant, okay, I got to zoom out a little bit. Daily chart right now is trying to, it's still in a downtrend, okay? So that's just, we'll leave it at that. It's below the 200-day moving average. The 4-hour chart, it's below the 200-day moving average. Made a lower high. It's definitely in a downtrend. Nothing like Jasmine or XYO right now. The 1-hour chart, barely above the 200-day. It's kind of at the 200-day moving average. I wouldn't even say that's above it. And the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart's trying to make a higher low. If you can get back above the 200-day moving average, then Quant on the 1-hour chart looks okay. But I don't like what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart with that being overbought and well below the 200-day moving average. And daily chart looked bad to me. So Quant obviously has some major resistance up here at $117. And it's pretty much that simple. Let me just post or mark these resistances. That's a local high there. So that's resistant. That's obviously a triple bottom here at $100 basically. So that's extremely good support. That's kind of the range you're in is $100 and $118. You got a bottom there once on the 19th of December. You got another bottom there for a lower high on the 22nd of December, and now you got another bottom there on the 30th of December, a week later. So to me, that's very strong support. But that's the range you're in, is 100 to 118, and it's that simple. Until you break 118, you're not bullish on Quant. All right, so that's it. That is what's my opinion on Crow? I think Crow's a good project. I love Cardano. DERC. Let me look up that. DERC. DERC. It's on KuCoin, so I'll look at it. I don't know what the market cap is. It looks like it just was posted on KuCoin, so I don't know anything about it. I want to see what the market cap is. I'll still look at it. I just want to know the market cap. DERC. D-Race. Market cap is 11 million. Okay, so it's a decent. It's still, that's not too bad. Daily chart is trying to get the bounce. That is a higher low than the previous one, which was at 10. Basically, it was we'll call it 11 cents, a little bit under 11 cents. So as long as you stay above 11 cents, you're bullish on the daily chart. The 4-hour chart, you're below the 200-day moving average, and you are overbought. So just be careful, and you're making lower highs and lower lows on the 4-hour chart. So daily chart look good, but to me, smaller time frames don't. 1-hour chart, 1-hour chart is trying to make a higher high here, and then you look for a higher low, and it's also trying to break that 200-day moving average. So 1-hour chart looks good to me. Daily chart looks good to me. 4-hour chart did not. Let me go back to the 4-hour chart and mark out some of these resistances that we have. I've looked at this before because I had a red line here, so that was obviously a resistance at one point. And it's looking like right now 12.5 is a good bottom. We'll see what happens here. You got rejected at this level multiple times at basically 14.5 cents, multiple times. One time here, a second time here, a third time here. So obviously I think 14.5 is strong resistance as well. So that's kind of what you're looking at right now. Is the next resistance is 14.5 and your support is at 12.5. So that's kind of it for DRC. That's what I'd be looking for. If you want to be bullish on it, you have to break 14.5. That's the next target. Like I said, 1 hour chart also has to break the 200-day moving average. But I think these small, I don't know what this is. What is this? What does it do? It's probably, well, NFT horse racing ecosystem, so it could do good. It's another game, so I would say it's pretty high risk, depending on what type of investor you are. It's a gamble. I would say $11 million market cap. I don't know. Usually these racing coins or games last a few months, and then they probably go away, but we'll see what happens. If the market goes back to the upside, this will probably survive. If Bitcoin goes to 10K, it's hard to say. But I would say that's a gamble. For sure. So I just went over Jasmine. Just if you can go to YouTube and rewatch the part of my stream where I went over, and then I also made a video on it on YouTube as well, like 2 hours ago. So appreciate the follow. I can't give you price predictions on that kind of stuff because I don't know anything about it. Cheers, mate. Yep. Have a happy New Year. Hopefully everyone's New Year's going good. Appreciate the follow. So if there's any other requests, I'll look at them. But that's kind of what I was looking at. So I'll just wait a few seconds to see if there's any other requests. How's it going? San, hi guys, he says. Guys, like I said, we have a Telegram group. I'm trying to get that more active, so feel free to join it. And there I post basically right now. I post coins I like and also when I go live, so you guys can get the notification if TikTok doesn't want to tell you or whatever. QSP, I can look at that. QSP is on Coinbase. Never heard of this, but okay, let's look at it. You got the daily chart right now. Oh, apparently I have looked at it. I just don't remember looking at it. It's well below all the supports I had, so what's new? It's making lower highs and lower lows. It's probably going to make a new low. It's probably going to go below the support at 1 penny exactly. But, you know, we'll see. Let's look at this. So daily charts on the move up, but if you don't get it back above, I would say 1.8 cents. You're not bullish right now. 1.9 cents actually. If you don't break 1.9, that's a lower high. So it's pretty much that simple. If on the next, and you're already getting close to being overbought. So to me, it's probably gonna make a lower high and make a lower low below this. This looks like a coin. Unless you're shorting, I would not touch it. Meaning that you're betting on the price going down. So that does not look like a good chart to me. What is a market cap? I want to know what the market cap is of this coin. QSP. Market cap right now is 8.3 million, so it's pretty small, but there's definitely a lot of coins that have a lot smaller market cap, so it's definitely not super low either. So it doesn't look horrible. I mean, the chart looks horrible. The market cap isn't awful, I guess. It's still very high risk, though, at that kind of a market cap, so just beware. It does look like it's probably going to make a new low, unfortunately, below a penny. That's just, I mean, that's all. That's what the daily chart is telling me, at least. How much is a 1999? I have no idea. Litecoin, please. So let's go look at Litecoin. Litecoin at 74.85. Let me go to the daily chart. I'm on the daily chart, getting overbought, not breaking previous high. That's bearish, unfortunately. This is I had this also in a massive falling wedge on the daily chart. It looks like you're trying to break it to the upside, but the daily chart is getting overbought without breaking a previous high. The previous high was 86, and now you're only at 74. It has maybe a little bit more room to the upside, but I don't see it breaking 86. It's possible, but unlikely. So daily chart does not look good as far as that's concerned, making a lower high. The 4-hour chart 4-hour chart did make a higher high, so that is a good sign. But you're barely above the 200-day moving average. So daily chart, the 4-hour chart is probably going to get the correction, go back below the 200-day moving average. We'll see what happens. But as long as you make a higher low, when you get a correction above $65, we'll say $66, technically you're still bullish on Litecoin on the 4-hour chart. And the 1-hour chart, it's above that, maybe flagging out a little bit. Also, you didn't even have a dump here on Litecoin on the 1-hour chart, and you're oversold, and you didn't get the dump. To me, 1-hour chart's very bullish, well above the 200-day moving average. I like where I see Litecoin on the smaller time frames. Like I said, though, daily chart looks sketchy to me, but 1-hour chart looks really good. The 4-hour chart looks okay. 4-hour chart will dump, but I'm saying as long as it stays above $66, the 4-hour chart on the macro time frame is bullish after you get a correction. 1-hour chart looks ready to go again, though. 4-hour chart, like I said, will probably have a dip, and the daily chart, maybe you get overbought and just stay pinned at overbought, meaning that it just goes sideways before you get the dump, and it could happen. You could get a rally, but to me right now, daily chart does not look good. 4-hour chart looks pretty good, and 1-hour chart looks great. So Litecoin looks okay if you're trading on the smaller time frames. I think Litecoin will definitely survive this bear market. I don't think there's any doubt about it. So I think Litecoin is a pretty safe coin to invest in long term. And I guess I'll leave it at that. It's not financial advice, but how is it going? Am I bullish or bearish on metaverse coins in 2023? I'm going to say bearish because I think the crypto market is going to go lower in 2023. It's an unpopular opinion, but I just believe that's what's going to happen in 2023 is more movement to the downside, between 10 to 11,000 for Bitcoin, meaning alts are going to get destroyed even more. If you ask me about 2024 to 2025, I would say it's a long ways away. The entire market could be different. Maybe those coins won't be relevant anymore. But if we're in a bull market, I'd be bullish on them. But a bear market, I can't be bullish on them. I think we just looked at Gala. I'll look at ICP, even though I know the chart is straight down. But I'll look at ICP. We'll look at it on Coinbase. Let me just look at the 3-day chart. ICP, unless you're shorting this, why are you asking me if it's bullish? It's not. Lower high. Okay, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high because you're overbought and dumping. And that means it's going to make a lower low below $3.40. So that's my analysis on that. If you're shorting it, congrats. That's the only way you can make money by holding an ICP is if you're betting on the price going down. This thing came out on Coinbase at like $750, and now it's sitting below $4. So I don't think this will ever make a new all-time high on ICP, but hey, I guess it's possible. So let me go back to YouTube and check if there's any other requests there. Otherwise, I'll see if there's any. I appreciate the likes. Crypto Slayer, how's it going? Scott, how's it going? So if there's any other requests, I'll look at them. As far as tomorrow goes, for me going live, if I don't go to work due to weather, then I'll go live. If I work tomorrow, then obviously I won't go live tomorrow. And the next time I would be live then would be Saturday afternoon. So that's kind of it. If you guys enjoyed this live stream, I appreciate if you like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Do whatever you got to do. If you dislike the video on YouTube, make sure you just hit that dislike button twice. That way it evens out. So I guess I'll go over where I see Bitcoin going right now one more time to wrap things up. Daily chart looks good to me on Bitcoin. I'm going to go through this fast because I already did at the beginning of the stream. The 4-hour chart looks bearish to me. This is why I don't think it's going to hold 16.5 because the daily chart's overbought. You didn't really get much of a move to the upside. You're barely above support. I see this probably this week coming below 16.5 again and coming back down. Maybe it doesn't go this low this week, but 15,600 sometime this month is very much probably going to well, I believe it's going to happen because of the 4-hour chart. The 1-hour chart for Bitcoin is oversold and making a higher low, though. So 1-hour chart wants to have a move to the upside, but I think the bigger time frames are going to eventually bring Bitcoin down again, such as the 4-hour chart. But we'll see because the daily chart is bullish. So it's kind of up in the air. Obviously, the daily chart would overtake the 4-hour chart, and we'll see what happens. But I think short term this week, or next week, we lose the support and eventually come to 15.6, and that's also what Bookmap is saying, is there's a lot of liquidity lower. So I mean, we'll see what happens, but to me, I'm not bullish for this week of Bitcoin, but I hope it just goes up to the next resistance at 17,500, because that would be good for a lot of the altcoins that I'm trading. But that's kind of what I predict will happen this week. Hey, I've been wrong a lot before, so we'll see what happens. But that's just my opinion and prediction for the market based on what I'm looking at between Bookmap and Bitcoin and TradingView. So, yeah, that's kind of my prediction on that. I'll do one more request if there are any more. TSM, I don't even know what that is. It's not even a crypto, so maybe it's a stock. But if it is, yeah, it's a stock. So, anywho, yeah, unfortunately this is a crypto channel, and I don't care about the stock market very much. I do have some money in the stock market, but not much. So I just don't care about what it does. It's just boring to me. But maybe that's the safest place for your money, and I don't know. But I think there's a lot more money to be made in the crypto markets than the stock market. So that's just my opinion. Appreciate the follow. XLM, I do like XLM long term. I haven't looked at XLM price in a long time, so I guess I can look at it. If it's above 9 cents, I'd be very, very surprised. No, it's at 7.3. This is the price. 7 cents was the price I got into it before it went to 70 cents. Yeah. Below the 200-day moving on the daily. Trying to get a higher low on the 4-hour. On the daily. The 4-hour chart is in a massive downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. Until you break 7.6 cents, you're not bullish on it, because that'd still be a lower high. If you break 7.6 cents, but it doesn't look like you are, because you're already pinned on the 4-hour chart. So I would be looking for this to have a move back to the downside, and make a lower high and continue in the downtrend, and then probably eventually losing 7 cents actually, and making a new low and continuing in this downtrend. We'll look at the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart getting the dump. There's a good chance, based on what the other coins I've gone over, that this one will make a higher low. But you're still looking at yourself being overbought on the daily, or get it. Well, actually, you're not. A lot of coins are oversold or neutral on the daily, but overbought on the 4-hour and oversold on the hourly, or they're probably gonna make a higher low. So I think short term, the next day or two, you could have a move up in crypto, but I do think at some point this week these 4 hours are gonna have to dump, and that's when you're gonna see the 1-hour chart make a lower high again. So we'll see what happens. XLM to me is definitely not one I'd be buying right now. If you like it long term, I mean, of course, dollar cost average into it if you want, but personally I still think there's a lot more downside in the bear market, so I'm actually not dollar cost averaging into very much right now. So that's XLM for you. I still see more downside on that, unfortunately. With that being said, guys, that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed this live stream, appreciate if you like, subscribe, or hit that follow button if you guys are on TikTok. I would say there's a chance I go live tomorrow, but it's unlikely. So if I go live, it'll be a nice surprise. Otherwise, I'll be back live Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe and have a great week. And stay safe out there. I will see you guys in the next live stream. Have a good week. Hurrah!